numbers and money is something that keeps me motivated and basically how I'm wired as a business person. But I mean, if you just have money as a source to motivation, you will not survive more than a couple of months as an entrepreneur. So
it's like good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes, doing what I love for life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Hi everyone, and welcome to MattGron's Scaling Up Journey. This is episode 43, and my name is Mattias, aka MattGron, and on the other side we have the one and only Svea from Germany. How are you doing, Svea?
I'm good. It's funny how you always say Svea from Germany, because I'm still in Sweden. But yeah, I'm a German. In case you didn't know, you're new here. Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to MattGron's Scaling Up Journey. And what do we do on Mondays, Mattias? Want to explain?
Yes, we forgot the tagline. So where entrepreneurship runs smack into reality. But I mean, you are living in Sweden, yeah. But you're kind of how should I say, a fresh baked Swedish.
Yeah, I'm half Swedish, yeah. But I've been here for a year and 3 months now. It's been going pretty quick.
Time flies. Yeah, okay. So what do you have for me today? What should we chat about?
So I have, let me see here.
Working here the entire day, and I'm curious.
So I'm looking at my notes here. I have 4 questions for today. And the first one is, I know you're very passionate about what you're doing and running a business, but is there something in particular that motivates you every day to get out of bed and do what you do?
Wow. Great question. I think seeing progress on the journey I am on, and also very often it means I need to look back and reflect.
Yeah.
And then I also often need to kind of thinking numbers, because numbers helps me to see progress, and in business progress means at the end of the week basically money, you know.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that so you don't misunderstood me when we were talking about winning money or getting money from the lottery.
I remember that question.
A couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the huge difference, like getting the money for free.
Yeah. And you said progress
so,
in the company, but I think at one point you also mentioned that you really enjoy seeing the people around you grow, right? Is that also something that motivates you? Seeing the progress in everyone around you?
Yeah, definitely. So see other people overcoming something they thought were impossible. It's something that gets me motivated, and I think also like being motivated is a natural state for me if I'm staying grateful on my own journey. And often when I'm not balanced, then I get stressed, and being stressful for a long time often means the stress eat motivation to breakfast, basically, you know. So then you get then you can or at least me end up in where I feel like, oh, I'm not motivated to do that. So
that's actually a perfect bridge into my next question, because that would be, how many hours do you work on average? I'm curious about that one.
I think as an entrepreneur, you don't count hours.
Yeah.
In that sense, I mean.
Give me a number here.
I remember in the other vlog there is an episode like one. I think in the beginning, episode 25 maybe or something. We were talking about this, me and David, and I made a calculation that during the 4 first years I worked 16,000 hours or something, if I remember right. So, and I also calculated how much money I earned if I if I was kind of thinking hours, and I mean, I was working for free basically, and that's also very important to tie that into the first question, because I told you that like numbers and money and is something that keeps me motivated, and basically how I'm wired as a business person.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you just have money as a source to motivation, you will not survive more than a couple of months as an entrepreneur. So you need to come up with your own game.
I agree. Do you want to know what motivates me?
Yeah,
I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm a freelancer, so a bit different. But actually, my biggest motivation is that I know I'm able to do what I love to do, what I actually enjoy, which doesn't feel like work to me. It's really fun to do whatever I do. And I'm thinking about so many people I know who back in school, back in high school, they were saying, photography or videography or something with media, it's not a real job, and I'm going to do the safe thing. I will do this and this, study that and that. And it's just funny to now talk to them and they tell me how they hate their office job and what they do. And I'm here like, well, I love my life. I do have a very fun job. I enjoy every day of it. And that is my personal biggest motivation. So I would rather do this and earn a little bit less than having a safe job that I hate and earn more. Like for me, the life quality is so much better when you really enjoy what you do. And I think you are similar in that sense, right? You don't really feel of course it feels like work and you're probably exhausted by the end of the day, but you are passionate about it. So it's also fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And I think you actually describes happiness there. I think that's super important. I think that's, the currency to survive the process there is happiness, and feel that you are doing what you really want. I think that's super important.
Okay, I have another question. And I would like to know, being an entrepreneur, did it affect your personal life? And I would guess it did. And in what ways did it?
I think it actually is the other way around.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that?
I think I'm getting back to what I said in the beginning, because for me, being an entrepreneur, there's not an option. It's actually, what I'm dedicated to do. And I think that's more comes sprung out from me as a person. So I would turn it around and say how my personality or my personal life actually affects my life as an entrepreneur. I shared in an earlier episode, back in the days when I were kind of running around with a low self-esteem and a business card that said entrepreneur. I can say that I was an aspiring entrepreneur, right? Mm-hmm. And then we probably end up defining what is an entrepreneur. But I would say I was an aspiring entrepreneur with dreams, and it took a long time before I started to actually pursue my own journey, because I needed to do I would say self transformation to become a person that actually could go out and execute the entrepreneurial purpose.
Could you explain? We talked a bit behind the scenes before this episode. We actually talked about it. I was asking you, out of curiosity, how would you personally define an entrepreneur? Could you say that again? What you told me, what that means for you?
For me, an entrepreneur is a person that takes risks that other people don't do. And I also think an entrepreneur is a person who creates new jobs, solving challenges and problems,
Yeah.
and employ other people.
Yeah. Okay.
That's an entrepreneur. And I also think in today's online world, there's I would say an inflation with the word. There's an inflation around the word entrepreneur, because I think it's basically a word you can use if you just start your own blog today.
Yeah, exactly. Because when we started this thing, and I know this is like you being an entrepreneur, documenting your journey, I had to actually Google this and to be 100% sure what does it mean, because I feel like it's been throwing around so much lately, where I was not really sure who exactly is an entrepreneur now, or how is the definition of it, right? Yeah, like you said, like a lot of people just writing a blog, or I don't know, freelancing are entrepreneurs, which like you said, I agree, are you're an entrepreneur when you also have jobs for other people, or grow a business, and build opportunities for others.
I think like for me, I mean, if you're a freelancer, then you're self-employed. And an entrepreneur is a business builder.
Yeah, that's a very good definition, I think.
Yeah, I'm building businesses.
And when you could go back on this journey of building your business, it's been, I think, now 8 or 9 years, right, since you started?
Since I started I Go Moon, but I would say I have been building, starting businesses and companies before that too. So.
Okay, and when you look back at that, your career there that you've made, is there anything you would have done differently, if you could?
No, I think when I look back, trying to give you as much a personal answer I can here. So when I look back, I rarely look back on the history with regret. I think we spoke about fear before, and I think I believe, because I think I must talk a little bit about fear here, I think. So I think most of my fear is kind of future based. Like if I feel fear, then it's more about the future compared what actually happened. So I never look back and really feel that, okay, I should have done that. Because the thing is, when I say that I should have done that, then I forget, or I'm not understanding that what happened is actually the reason I actually started and took me here.
Yes.
So every person has different starting point in life. And that's also the biggest mistake when you compare yourself to others. That's actually killing execution. So in that sense, you can't look back and say, oh, I regret that. I wish I did something else.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Do you understand or see what I'm trying to?
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think, even if there are maybe, when you look back, things that might not have gone very well or even bad or something, but you never know what would have happened if this didn't happen. I think you learn, we all make mistakes, and also my way until I ended up here in Sweden in a house by now, it was like this. It was going back and forth, and
nothing is straight.
No, in so many situations where I thought, oh shit. But after all, this is what got me here and what I've learned from. So yeah, I think
after all, it's like a cat. If you threw a cat from a table, no matter what, they land. They land on. How should I say?
On their feet, right? Yeah.
On their feet.
We are cats, Mattias.
I was like with the feet down, not up. So
I think that's
so that's true, but it sometimes like you can waste so much energy trying to like figure out what you should do and how to do it, and then you like realize it never really become as you thought or wished. So
and you can waste so much time and energy on thinking about things that happen, but no one can change the past. It is what it is. Get over it and make the best out of your future, I would say. That's my ending to this episode.
Yeah, I think we pick your takeaway in this episode.
Thank you. I'll write it in the description.
What's the takeaway?
The takeaway is don't worry about the past. Rather spend that energy on planning your future.
And get over it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Mattias, for your answers today.
Yeah.
Interesting as always. And see you on Wednesday.
Yeah. See you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.